Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Our Hollywood. I'm Daniel.
I'm Kim. And whoa, season 3.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. It's been like 2 months. I think this is the first time we've seen each other in like 2 months.
Yes. Okay, so here's what happened. Well, no, we just...
It's like a drama channel. It's like, this is what happened,
No,
guys.
literally, we just took a 2 month break.
Why I left BuzzFeed. Just kidding. Yeah, it's literally, it was like a summer break. Yeah.
And, I was... Wait, did I graduate
Yeah,
already
you graduated. No, you were like about to finish.
Okay.
And then like you had like a bunch of things going on. So then I was like...
overwhelmed.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care. Whenever.
So I graduated.
Yeah.
So that happened. Also, the setup is very different today. So we're using microphones today because I have them for my other podcast. And I was like, well, since we don't have a guest today, we'll do this. But don't get used to it because I don't know how to do this with a Zoom call.
It's really weird having a mic right in front of my face.
But don't you feel more professional?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
It kind of makes me more nervous, to be honest.
Because now
I'm like, I don't know why it's making me feel like this is an actual podcast. Like I'm for real getting interviewed or something.
Oh, you feel like Joe Rogan? That was the only podcaster I could think of. But I feel like everyone knows who that is.
Yeah, but that's such a bad example.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so and then also we're at Kim's house right now because my house is a mess right now.
Yeah.
And there's like 6 people.
My house is also a mess, but
there's less people, and that's what matters.
It's true.
Okay, so should we just start? Actually,
well, like,
how are you?
Yeah, I was like, we literally haven't seen each other in 2 months. Like, let's do a little catch up.
Okay.
Life updates. What did you do in your 2 month break?
So I graduated, and I went to New York.
I feel like there was more stuff that happened between then. You started your other podcast.
Oh yeah, I started a new podcast called Besties. It's on my YouTube channel, #TV. It's just like a comedy one. Because people are like, when people ask me like, oh, like what's your podcast about? I'm like, okay, well if you want me to sound smart, go listen to Our Hollywood. That's the one where I have a big brain. But then Besties is the one where I'm literally so stupid. And it's just no thoughts head empty.
That's so funny because I'm starting my other one too kind of soon. That's exactly why I wanted to start another one, because I'm like, sometimes I'm not as a big thought provoking person. And also I just want a place where I can like air out my dirty laundry. I don't know.
But yeah, okay, so that we'll both have No Thought Head Empty podcast, but here on Our Hollywood we'll be full brains.
Intellectuals.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what happened. I started a new podcast.
It's called balance, you know.
Because get you someone that can do both.
Yeah.
Because we're
multifaceted humans.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, how about you? I feel like definitely more happened, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still unemployed, so that's cool.
Me too now. So now we're both unemployed. Just 2 unemployed film majors making a podcast.
Yeah, so unemployed still.
But girl bossing.
I sell clothes still, but I'm doing a lot more.
Okay, it's not just I sell clothes. I think it's like a little more fancy.
I sell at vintage markets. Is that what you want? Better. Yeah. I sell at vintage markets.
It's like, have you seen those TikToks where it's like the people that help you make a resume, and it's like you didn't like fold clothes, you like organize whatever, and they make it sound super fancy even though it's like simple.
Yeah.
That's
basically what it is. So I've been doing that. I've been doing that a lot more because we're saving up to move out.
Yes.
In 2 months.
Guys, when we move out, this is gonna be we're gonna have such a good setup. Don't know what it is.
Oh, it's going to be really cool. Yeah. Well, I already started a mood board for our living room.
Oh,
so.
My God.
Because I was thinking about like something like we all enjoy. But like I feel like this is like we all like retro like 70s type of vibe. Yeah. So I feel like we can all get behind that. I feel
Absolutely.
Like that's what it is.
My roommate Dom, he doesn't care. He'll go with anything.
He's like, I just need my big computer.
Yeah. And he just needs his big computer. That's it. That's literally it.
I don't even know him. I don't even think I met him. I think that was just my because when I went to your apartment like a couple times, that was the only thing I noticed of his. It was his giant computer setup. Yeah. So
that's all he needs. So fun. Okay, can't wait for our new setup. But probably season 4, right? Oh no, I don't know how to do weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, season 4 by the time. Yeah, by the time we'll probably take a break to move.
I always think our seasons are like super short, but if you think about it, it's like a span of 4 months.
Yeah, we're already at like, this is episode 31, so we do 15 per season.
That's so fun.
Yeah, So
guys, we have some fun guests. I was looking at
honestly, yeah, I'm really excited.
And like our topics.
Like, because last season, low-key, we were struggling to like think of guests, but I just think we weren't like digging deep in their heads on like people that we knew.
Yeah. And then also like since I had a couple like more classes that were like film oriented, which like I had been the whole time, but like since it was through Zoom, everyone was like they were like desperate for human connection, and so like I made a lot more friends through that. So I'm ready. I have my roster ready to go. Yeah. If we have a screenwriter month. But yeah, so we will.
That's all I did in the last 2 months, I think, was just like sell.
That's fine. 2 months is actually not that much time.
No, I feel okay about it. I'm not like, oh, that's the only thing I did.
Should we talk about Avengers Camp? That has nothing to do with
Oh my God, I went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so
Does anyone
fun.
care?
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, like, I've been going more places, I guess, because fully vaccinated and stuff. So we went to Disneyland. Mm-hmm. I went with my mom. You went with your friends. But I like going with my mom because she like doesn't care. She just is like, okay, we'll do whatever.
Here's the thing. Kim likes to be in charge, and so do I. So it scares me that we're gonna move in together because we're both.
I feel like I'm a lot more relaxed now.
Yeah. Well, you already started a mood board for the living room.
I mean, like in general, relaxed.
No, I know.
Like people wise,
but I
don't get as mad when people like. I used to like sometimes when people would breathe or something, like say something that I like hated, I would be irritated already. I'm not like that much anymore.
That's true.
So,
but yeah, we do enjoy the company of people that kind of don't care what's going on. Does that make us sound psycho?
Like for example, well, because there always has to be balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone has to be in charge. Someone has like every person that doesn't care about what's going on needs someone that cares too much. And that's
true. Well, it's okay. So like. Usually, if I don't have a strong opinion, I'm okay with whatever. But if I have a strong opinion, I need you to listen to me and at least it be taken into consideration.
Okay. Yeah.
But I feel like over the times I've become less of like a crazy Disney adult. So
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we've gone past that stage.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been to Disneyland so many times at this point where I'm just like, it is what it is. That's true. I can do what I want.
Did you wear ears when you went?
No. I grew out of that phase.
Did you grow out of the Biwalt phase?
Yeah, I didn't do that.
That's so sad.
That's so funny that you say that because as we were leaving, I was like, oh my God, I didn't do that.
I thought you only went to California Adventure, which is why I didn't bring it up. But
no, I went to Disneyland too.
Sad.
I know.
You should have done it.
I know. Well, it's because, okay, so I was like, I kind of hate how like I like the mobile ordering and I like the virtual queues, but I also hate it because you have to like get on the app at like certain times to like refresh the page, you know what I mean? So I got it, secured it for Web Slingers, totally fine, perfect, amazing, spectacular. I mean, it was such a short ride, but like I thought it was so fun. Also, it's a workout. I love that.
My arms, I was like, wait,
kind of love that.
Hold on, this is like a work. And then by the last one, I was like, well, I'm just gonna try to get this over with. And
there's only 4. Maybe that's why they made it so short because like your arms are like shot after.
I think I could maybe do one more round, but if they kept going, because like the Toy Story Mania, that one's like 7 rounds, and I'm like, okay, why isn't this over yet?
Yeah. And then so like at noon I tried for the Rise of the Resistance because I've heard it's really cool. I wasn't gonna, but then I kept on hearing things that it was really cool, so I was like, okay, I guess I will try, and if I don't, whatever. But then I ended up getting them, but I guess I did it so fast, like I was like one of the first people to like get it, and then our mobile order for like Pims was like 15 minutes before the end, because it gives you an hour to come back, and it was well, no, not 15 minutes, like half an hour before. And so like
for context, the Pim Lab thing is in California Adventure on the end of the park, and the Rise of the Resistance is at the end of the park of Disneyland. So
yes, and I was so confused because I think I went to Star Wars Land once, and I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so like I don't remember that part of the park very well. So like, and the Rise of Resistance is like brand new. Yeah. So I didn't know there's a whole nother side to the land. I was just looking around the part where like I've been before. Yeah. Because it's like down a whole different path.
And it doesn't look like a ride entrance.
No.
It doesn't.
And
it's just rocks.
I think that's why I don't really love the Star Wars land, because it's so beige. Like I literally was going on tirade earlier about how beige my house is. So I just think I have a thing with beige. Like when it's like, I feel like they could have done more like I don't know.
No, I agree because I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make you feel like you were in a Star Wars planet, but
there's cooler Star Wars planets, no?
Yeah, they made it up for like this is a planet they made up for Disneyland. Like this planet is like specifically the park. Oh. It's called Batu or something. And so, but okay, here's what I was saying. Okay, so that planet is like in a specific time. That's why you don't see Darth Vader or any of those characters walking around. You only see like the new characters like Rey, Kylo Ren. And so if to see Darth Vader, you have to go to like the Disneyland like character meet and greets. That's like the only place to meet them.
Like in Tomorrowland.
Yeah, in Tomorrowland. And so I was like, that's kind of stupid because when you go to Avengers Campus, you can see like the
Iron
Captain America.
Iron Man's walking around.
Both Captain Americas. They had the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like the new Captain America, and then they had the other Captain America over here. Like they don't care. Yeah. Like the whole point of the Avengers Campus is like, oh, it's like a warp in time or something. So like the Guardians of the Galaxy are over here, and then
they added those weird splatters on the ground.
So ugly, but it's fine.
I saw it and I was like, what
it's the ugliest thing.
Did we need that on the ground to like?
I don't think any.
Does it glow up at night? I feel
no.
So then,
it's so
what's
ugly.
the point?
No, truly, Disneyland. I don't think anyone cares about the story that much. Well, maybe Disney adults. I don't know.
They do. No, because I still watch YouTubers that are like Disneyland forward. It's so fun, right? Yeah. So I think that's why I still consider myself like a smidgen of a Disney adult because I actually watch those people's videos like consistently, and they talk about the lore. Like whenever and I'm like, oh, it's kind of interesting, but I wouldn't go out of my way.
Saying we're not Disney adults and both of us knowing the lore for Avengers Campus.
Yeah.
So I guess it
was just because of that video. I wouldn't go out of my way to like. Anyways, I didn't finish my story. Anyways, so we had to finish our food and like the show at the station, like when Black Panther and Black Widow are fighting, started going, and my mom started recording it. And I was like, Mom, we literally don't have time. We literally don't have time to do this right now. And like we mobile ordered, and then I was like, oh my god, I should go a little bit earlier because there's a line after the mobile order, and then like people with their big ass families were taking forever. Oh my god, everything was so good that I got. Yeah. So I got the not so little chicken sandwich, which is fire. Okay. It's so good. I got the pingo doce, so good. Okay. And then I got the like Hulk smash bar. That was also so good. Yeah. Oh, okay. And it was nice because it was so big that like I had and like I had some for later. Yeah.
How fun. I had so I tried the pretzel. First of all,
not good.
It doesn't taste like a pretzel.
No.
I think it's bread and they just shaped it into a pretzel. And also it's just such a hassle. Like it's such a hassle to deal with.
It looks cool.
It looks good for pictures.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's why I didn't get the Impossible meatball.
That's the one
because I heard it's not good.
It's delicious. But there was
the sauce. Like it's so plain.
Oh yeah. It's literally just an Impossible meatball with pasta. There's nothing exciting about it.
I heard something else had like, I forget, there was another thing there that has like kind of like a marinara sauce in it. They're like, this tastes awesome. Why didn't they use like this sauce for like the pasta?
Is it the falafel one? Because Gracie got the falafel.
No, it's something else at Pim's. It was like some tomato. I don't remember. Anyways, so we had to chow down the food. I couldn't even like fully enjoy it because I had to like scarf it down. So I want to go again so I can like calmly eat my food and like actually enjoy it because it was genuinely really fucking good. But like I couldn't, and my mom was being irritating and like recording the show, and I was like, Mom, we literally don't have time. And then my mom's like a little older now, and like I was like full speed walking to Galaxy's Edge, and like my mom was like about to pass out. It's also so hot when we went. It was like blazing hot, and so my mom was just like struggling, and then I couldn't find the ride. I asked like 4 cast members where the hell the ride was, and I just couldn't figure out. I was getting pissed off. And then we finally got to the ride, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And so I think, like, after that, I was just kind of like, I'm so amped up right now. So I just, like, I don't really care. After that, I was like, I think we can go home. But I didn't. I, like, rode a bunch of rides and stuff.
Yeah. It's towards the end of the day, you're just like, well, let's just get our money's worth.
Yeah. Well, also, like, my mom can't hang. My parents can't hang as well as they used to, you know? Mm-hmm. So... yeah, maybe I'll go with my friends next time.
Yeah.
Peace and love to my mom. But she literally had to sit on a bench for like an hour and a half while I went to go ride rides.
my god, me. I'm so scared to like not be able to handle. I already couldn't handle roller coasters because like I don't know where this came from, but like I almost died on the Incredicoaster, and I was like, I'm already a 40-year-old man.
Really?
And I'm 22, and this shouldn't affect me as much as it did. I felt
Really?
like my brain was rattled inside my body. And then like we went on Guardians like 3 times in a row, and I was like, I'm not even kidding. I think I'll go into cardiac arrest if we do this again. I genuinely don't think I'll survive it. And that was
I've
fine. Never
been on either of those rides.
Let me tell you guys. Okay, last thing about Disneyland, because this is not a theme park podcast, but the Guardians ride. So I was always like I was so butthurt about Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Like obviously like I like scary things. It was like the only spooky thing at Disneyland other than Haunted Mansion, and so like I was like Tower of Terror that's my favorite thing ever. And then they changed it to Guardians of the Galaxy. I hated the theming of the outside. I thought it was so ugly. And then it's so like so lazy. And then I was like, this is like the laziest retheming ever. And so I was like, whatever. I was being a hater. And so we went this recent time. First of all, the lobby is way cooler.
Really?
I love Twilight Zone. I love.
Actually, no. I've been through the lobby. I've waited in line with my friend, but I just didn't get on the ride with her.
The lobby is so cool. It's basically like the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, the collector, and it's like his like museum. So there's like artifacts from actual Marvel movies, but then they also have like stuff from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they have stuff from upcoming movies. Like
they like switch it out. Yeah.
That's so cool. Like that's so cool. And so, it's just the same Tower of Terror, but it's like a bit more intense, but they have songs like playing over it, so it's 10 times more fun. Like the last time we went on, it was like 8:59. The park was closing at 9. Everyone was running in to get there, and we had gotten like every other song, but I wanted I Want You Back because we had looked up the songs, and I was like, if we don't get I Want You Back, I'm gonna be pissed. And so we got on, and Rocket does his little pre-show, and then like I Want You Back started playing, and we all started screaming, and then I don't know, everyone else on the elevator was like, I don't know. I thought thought we were just hype or something. So everyone was just screaming and having a good time, and I was like,
so fun.
It was the most fun I've ever had on a ride.
See, like I seen like TikTok videos of the ride. I'm like, that looks so fun, but I hate rides that like drop.
I think you should do it once.
Yeah. And
then because Gracia, she also hates those rides, and she like because she hates like the feeling of like when it drops. But I was like, we have to go on. Like we're here, and she's like, okay, whatever. And we went on 3 times because of her. So I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Anyway,
I think I can get past it because of the songs and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun because of the songs and the little show that's going on. Although I couldn't even pay attention the first time. I was so overwhelmed.
I feel like it's really overstimulating.
It is because there's like they're fighting something on the screen, and then you're like flying up all over the place, and you like your feet like you come off the chair.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone's been on Tower of Terror, but it's also. I feel like it's more
intense.
Drops.
That's what my friend was telling me. She's like, it's because it's supposed to like give you like because you're in space. Yeah, so that's why they do it like more.
You do feel like it.
Yeah.
There's like a video I have where like my water bottle is literally sideways that I was holding because it was going like this. So fun. Anyway, that was our Disneyland experience. 10 out of 10. We love you, Disney.
I love Disneyland. I really do. I won't ever not love it.
I used to be a Disney hater because of grad night, and then I went with Kim like in what year was that? 2017?
I don't even know.
I don't know. I went with Kim and I was like, okay, maybe I do it like Disney. And now I'm a stan.
Yeah, the chair started moving. I forgot my dog was sitting there. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Where did he go?
We have a live studio audience today.
Yeah. Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
Oh, bye. Okay, so today's topic. Well,
we're just like talking about like what we watched and maybe some entertainment. Okay, so that's rude.
Where is he?
He's right there.
Okay, bye, Charlie.
We're just doing that, talking about what we watched.
Yeah. Oh my god, ad break right now. I forgot we do that.
Okay.
So this is the ad break right now before we start getting into all of this. Okay, bye.
So we're back from the ad read. Do you want to do like? I talk about one, you talk about one. Do you want to do that?
Sure. Okay, wait, before we do that, everyone follow us on our social media. So it's at our Hollywood on Instagram with a period in between the 2 words. That's where we're posting all our resources and like our guest spotlights. Everything is on our Instagram. Our Instagram is where it's at. And then
I feel like that's like the thing with all brands or like things. Like when people don't check something's Instagram before they go, I'm like, why would you?
Also,
why do you
Instagram is trying to become a video platform.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
No, I don't either.
It makes me so pissed off.
Speaking of video platforms, our Hollywood on TikTok for clips of it. Our Hollywood on YouTube if you want the video versions of these podcasts. And then at Our Hollywood on Letterboxd, so you can see what movies we talked about. You can add them to your watch list, review them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we're talking about what we've seen since May. Some of these overlap, but okay, yeah. Well, you can go first.
Okay.
Start us off.
So I kind of didn't watch anything in May. I think June is when I started watching things. I watch a lot of YouTube, like a ton of YouTube, and also TikTok. It's like I'm addicted to TikTok.
I had to put it 1
it's
hour,
actually bad.
Like,
you can do that?
Yeah, and I think I already reached mine for the day. Hold on, let me show you how it looks. It like, oh no, it's not yet, but it grays it out. So then when you press it, it's like you've already reached your 1 hour. But you can still ignore it, but like,
yeah,
defeats the purpose. But like,
no, do you want to know how bad? Do you want to know?
I truly know. But that's different because you actually make TikToks. Like,
yeah, so it's kind of like I need to.
It's research. It's job research.
I guess, but not when I'm spending that amount of hours.
Actually, I do want to know.
It ranges between 8 to like 10 hours a day.
That's like the time we're awake as human beings.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's all I do sometimes is watch TikToks. So then I was like, I need to start watching something else.
Okay.
So this is basically everything I watch in June, to be honest. First show I'm going to talk about is Generation, but the T is a plus.
You were trying to get me to watch this, and I was like, I will watch it, but right now I'm watching another.
I got like 3 people to watch it, so it's honestly because the second half of the first season came out recently, and because remember what I told you, the first half of the first season, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the show. It's like so crazy. Yeah. Like the plots, what? Yeah. But then the second half of the first season came out, and the season finale comes out tomorrow or Friday.
For the first season?
Yeah. Wow. So I'll be talking about that on the next episode.
Okay.
The second half of the first season, because you know how like sometimes they'll like take like Pretty Little Liars used to do this all the time. Mid-season finale,
and it would be like a plot twist, and it would be not even resolved.
I hate when shows do that. Yeah. It makes me so irritated. But I do like how we're getting back into kind of like weekly drops for like episodes.
Okay, yeah, I
do like that aspect.
It's on HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So my issue with it was that it gives me much Euphoria vibes. But Euphoria is also on HBO. So I thought it was weird that they would have 2 shows that are pretty similar. Yeah. I would say Generation's more... Now that like I have a good feel, I watched pretty much the whole of each season 1. I feel like Generation is definitely more queer oriented.
Okay.
I mean, like Euphoria is too, but I think this does a better reflection of what queer kids are actually like.
Yes. Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but I already agree with you because like I don't think Euphoria does a great job of.
It's like the glamorization,
but of like the dangerous parts of like.
Yeah, like shit that is like actually fucking serious.
When people tweet like, "Oh, I wish I was." Insert Euphoria character. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, I would not want to be either of any of like with Peace and Love. I wouldn't want to be any of the Euphoria characters.
No, sorry. Like they're fun to watch, and I'm glad it's not a documentary. Although these things do happen in real life.
It's inspired by that guy's real life.
Oh, who is he?
The show creator. He used to be a drug addict when he was
like Zendaya, like
kind of Interesting. Yeah. It's like based off
know.
of his like experience, but also I think he's like kind of a nepotism kid.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, I do like that. Like, the girl who plays Jules, what's her name?
Hunter Schafer.
I do like that she was very involved in her character.
Yes.
Okay.
I think season 2 is going to be way better than season 1.
I agree, and
I'm so ready.
I think they've taken in account. I think that all the cast and crew are aware of the
cultural impact that the show has,
and also the issues that people had with it, and I think they're ready to like talk about it.
But also like I know like we go in hard, but I think I'm like trying to like do this new thing where I don't judge a show so hard by the first season.
Okay.
Because that is the foundation of the characters, and then I think like that's why usually season 2 or season 3 is the best season.
Yeah, because they've already established the world, and they're like, well, now we can play with that.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, no one ever agrees with me, but I'm always like, the first movie of like a series is never the best one.
No.
And no one agrees with me. Everyone's like, the first one's always the best, but I'm like, no, because once the first one is the one where you have to establish everything, but then the other ones are like, we can do
and that's like
want.
Majority of the time is establishing things.
Like Toy Story, the sequels get better. In my opinion, I think they get better and better as they go on. Like the fourth one is like almost better than the third one. I think I just rewatched them, so that's why I'm like Toy Story stan.
I feel like I agree with you. Yeah.
The ending is so much, I think, more fulfilling. Woody's character.
100%.
And I was so sad.
I feel like Toy Story 3 was like really fucking sad.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
I cry every time I watch that movie.
That's why I'm glad there was a fourth one. Some people were like, just let it. I think I was like that at the beginning. I was like, why are we having a fourth one? But I think it was cool just to like have it, like what happens after.
Yeah. Wait, did you know the metaphor is about like parenthood? Because I didn't.
No.
I think
we're going so far off.
I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. Bye, guys. We'll talk about this in another episode. Okay, back to Generation.
But I really like it. So it's a very queer show. I'm like, I feel like it's really important for people to have both Euphoria and Generation. I feel like, because I feel like Generation is like, because some people are like, oh, I wish I was like Euphoria. Where for us, like, I feel like in Generation, people are like, I am this one.
Okay.
And it has a lot of different types of queer people on it. And I really like that. And also like the second half of the first season is so good. It's so good. I just finished it last week and I was like, I'm obsessed. I can't wait for the fucking season finale. I can't wait. And it's this Friday. And I hope it gets picked up for a second season, because also the only like big known actor in it is Justice Smith.
Right.
And also I think this is a really cool role for him, because he kind of recently came out as bi.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like his first character where he like fully is like embracing his like queerness. So that movie is so good. We don't talk about that movie enough. So Detective Pikachu is so good. But I think it was really cool to see him in that role. But it also has a lot of great new talent. And I love shows I love when shows just give you that one person to bring in, like, oh, we like this person. And then it brings up like a whole group of like other people. That's what Euphoria did too. So that was fun. I really like the show. And also like it does touch on like religion too. So there's a character, he comes out as bi, and then his mom and his dad are like super Christian. His mom is definitely like way more Christian than dad. And then like this last episode that I watched, it talks more about the dad character, and it's so sweet to see. Like,
TikTok about it.
I know, it's so sweet. I literally started crying. I was like, I'm crying for a straight white male character. I think that's powerful.
Me watching Modern Family, I was like, cannot believe this is happening to me.
But it made me cry because I think it's like cool to see a male father figure be accepting of his like queer son. And also like trying, like the whole thing of the episode was like he's trying to like understand where him and his friends are coming from.
Like Bert from Glee.
Yeah, it was giving me such a Bert energy, 100%. But Mark is so fine. Where for as Bert, I don't necessarily want to like fuck him, but like Mark, I would consider. So
thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Differentiation. Okay, speaking of this kind of goes into my first one, but well, no, it does. Okay, so you were saying that like you like when when shows bring on like new talent and then like one famous person, because that's enough, honestly. Like you don't need an all-star cast. People will watch it with one, and so Kim sent me this TikTok earlier when it was the casting of Percy Jackson for the new Disney Plus show. And all these famous kids and then like a bunch of celebrities as like the gods, and I was like, I would really like it if they cast every main character, like, so like Percy, like Annabelle, what's her name? I think it's Annabelle. Whatever. All those kids, I hope they cast them as like people who have never done anything.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
And
too.
Then cast the gods as like super.
I think I was more fixated on the gods part because that casting was so good. Whoever did that.
Okay, Jacob Tremblay and McKenna Grace, they're booked and busy. They don't need the Percy Jackson show. Are you kidding me? They do like 7 movies a year. Yeah. So like they
Jacob Tremblay alone, and he's that good of an actor for being hit that. Yeah, he's so good.
So I hope, like, I would love it. I would not complain even a little bit if they were in it, but like I do hope they give new kids a chance.
I feel like they're gonna pull kids from their Disney Channel shows, like what they did with High School Musical, the series. I feel like they're gonna do that again.
I wouldn't hate.
I wouldn't hate it either, because
Because
I didn't know who Joshua Bassett. I didn't know who Olivia Rodrigo.
Was he on Disney
and it's
Channel?
Yes, all of those kids, him, and then the girl that plays. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And then he was on like the show with Jenna Ortega, Joshua Bassett.
What show with Jenna Ortega?
Stuck in the Middle. You know, Jenna Ortega was on Disney Channel. Jenna Ortega was on Disney Channel.
I think I saw an episode of it.
I've never seen the show, but I just
the Malcolm in the Middle theme song.
I have no idea. I've never seen the show, but I just saw like them together in that show, and I was like, "What is this?" And I looked through the comments, and it was like Disney Channel show.
The new Disney Channel shows are very high quality.
Yeah,
the girl with the short hair,
Andy Mack.
And that show looks like it's shot on.
It's so good. Yeah. Also,
yeah,
it's so good. I started watching it, and I was like, "Why is this so nice?"
Yeah, like our 2-camera sitcoms never stood a chance.
It was just good, and I didn't. I was gonna say on Disney Plus, I started rewatching like Hannah Montana and That's a Raven and stuff. It's such bad quality. Yeah. On your laptop, it's so bad.
We didn't know what was going on.
No, well, also like we didn't have flat screen TVs when we were children. Flat screen TVs were not a thing when we were like in elementary school. We still had like the big ass box. Yeah. So it makes sense. I also like watched the whole first season of Bizaardvark. Whoa. So interesting.
Oh wait, I didn't even say. Okay, well speaking of Disney Plus, I wanted to talk about the Marvel shows because I think it's very interesting what Marvel is doing with this. But like, because I genuinely did not think these shows were gonna have like any impact. I thought they were gonna be like, because like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like all those other Marvel shows, they kind of just like happened.
Yeah.
And I hate when like people ignore the TV shows in terms of anything. Like they just ignore what the events of what happened, or like when movie sequels ignore the other ones. I'm like, it's not that hard, guys. You have like
did
4.
You see that they changed the ending of WandaVision? Like a part of it.
Yeah.
That's
they like
crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. So speaking of that, so far we have 3. We have WandaVision, Loki, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was really short.
Yeah,
so I feel like WandaVision went on forever. It was like, wasn't it like 10 episodes?
It was 10 episodes.
Yeah,
they really stretched it out.
Yeah,
but it made sense, the format. They really couldn't like shorten it.
100%. I liked it. I think that's the best one out of all of them. Actually, no, Loki's kind of creeping up there.
Same. Loki, depending on the ending, because I think for me the ending of WandaVision is what kind of has me like iffy about it. But if seeing what kind of ending Loki delivers will see which one I prefer. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier is definitely the 3rd on my list right now. But
it's not really their fault. I think it was good setting up like the relationship between them.
I didn't really care about either of those characters. If I'm
no.
I know everyone's like Bucky stans, everyone's like the Falcon stans. Like I truly did not care about either of these characters.
Same.
And I remember at the end of Endgame when Cap gives the shield to
Falcon.
Oh my god, what's the character's name?
I don't know. It's so bad. Hold
Falcon. On. Okay, we'll do some Googling. But I was like, why did he give it to him? He should have given it to Bucky. But now after watching the show, I'm like, no, the shield is with, like, he is the Captain America. It wouldn't make sense for Bucky to be Captain America. I think it had to be Sam Wilson.
Yeah, that's okay. What I just came up.
Like, the speed of Google.
But yeah, well, also like I think it was really confusing at first when Cap gave the shield to him because he wasn't really like a big character in any of the movies. No. So I think everyone's just kind of like, what? But this made so much more sense. It was like, okay, we gave him his grace, we gave him his flowers, as he should. He's honestly a really underrated character.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched, what movie did he like for? Oh my god, we have the same birthday, September 23rd. My god, hey Anthony Mackie. But yeah, he was in Iron Man.
One of the Iron Man
yeah,
movies.
He was in one of the Iron Man movies, and I was like, I think so. And I was like, I don't know, I just don't remember him being in that movie. And when I rewatched it, I was like, oh,
I didn't realize that these characters were that. Like, I was rewatching them, and I was like, Hawkeye's in Iron Man, Black Widow's in Iron Man. Like, I had no idea. I didn't even remember any of that.
That's why I think it's good to rewatch them because
they're also
Well,
let's just say I do think they found their
formula. Yeah.
Not a huge fan of I think the first ones are more trying to be like an action like movie, where this one they're like, well,
they added way more drama into it as they like. I think they realized that this is like a big thing.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna cash in for years on this shit.
Yeah, they're like, we got them by the neck.
The literal chokehold. They have so many people on chokehold.
I'm fine with it. Like, I like it. I'm having a good time. I'm ready to see the new shows. Plus, I really like that they're giving all these characters that like everyone loves, but like they're not, like they don't know if they'd be enough to get their own movie that like people would go see. I mean, Marvel can make a movie about anything at this point, and people would go see it opening weekend.
It's true.
But like, I do like that we're getting like, because now I feel like Loki has had more screen time because of the show than like Iron Man, right? Like, because like each episode's an hour. He's been in the movie, so that's like adding 2 hours.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And Iron Man didn't have his own TV show, even though he was in like half of the Marvel movies. But I feel like they're getting a lot more screen time. We're learning more about these characters, and it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, it's also made me like a lot more attracted to Tom Hiddleston. What the hell? Like, what?
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I just, yeah.
I don't think you're alone with that. I think
also
a lot of people
Owen Wilson. Like a lot of people like are like shackled by Owen Wilson now.
Yeah. Interesting.
My dog doing?
I don't know. He's like trying to look out the window.
Okay.
You can next. That's all I had to say about the Marvel shows. Honestly, I just wanted to acknowledge them.
Okay.
Shout out to Loki.
iCarly reboot. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it yet because I want to get Paramount Plus, but I'm waiting till the end of the month so that I can watch more episodes.
That's another thing. I've added 2 streaming services to my...
I have everything except Discovery Plus and Paramount Plus, and I want to get them.
Honestly, Paramount Plus is really cool. I really
What
like
do they
it.
have on there?
They have a lot of reality TV shows, so that's why I like it.
Well, so did Discovery Plus. First of all, when they announced it, I was like, this is brilliant. It's like HGTV. It's every single other channel combined. That's so smart.
Really?
And it's cheaper. It's $3 a month.
It's $3 a month?
I think for like right now or for students or something, but like that's literally
nothing.
Especially if you want to binge watch like 90 Day Fiancé. Like strongly considering it.
Okay, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just not on that side of TikTok because I don't really like. Maybe now it'll come up because it's listening to me talk right now, my phone. But I really like the iCarly reboot. I feel like a lot of people were shitting on it at first.
People just like to hate on things.
But also, there's only like 4 episodes out. 5 episodes out. So I'm like, guys.
And how many is it? Like 20, 30?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it's a lot. Like, I think I was watching, I finally found somebody on YouTube that talks about the episodes. And I think he said 7 weeks. So I think there's 7 weeks more of episodes. So that's kind of crazy.
But 13's not that much. Okay, because the kids shows used to do like 30 episodes a season and then 1 month break and then another 30 episodes.
Yeah, and we didn't even realize that when we were kids.
No, they were just always on. Yeah. And now thinking about it, I'm like, that is the most wild thing I've ever heard.
It's insane. I think it's good that we're like, because I think it like, as things come out, the hype of the show will like last longer.
Yeah.
Whereas like when like, for example, like Too Hot to Handle.
That is the first example you thought of?
Because I was watching it. Like I just finished it last night. Okay. And that, like Netflix shows, I guess, right. They all come out at one time. So the hype is literally there and gone within a week.
Yeah. I truly think it depends on the show. Stranger Things could do weekly, and I don't think... I think it would be fine. Yeah. I think it would benefit Stranger Things, honestly.
Oh, 100%. Well, I think Stranger Things is going to come to end very soon.
Well, I have some Netflix things that I'll talk about later, but so iCarly,
I really like it. I just really like it. I also like the last 2 episodes that came out because I think it's finally like kind of talking more about everybody's relationships with each other and like we're kind of fully, I feel like, away from the kids show type of thing. We've heard Carly cuss a couple times. We've heard Spencer say some things about his sexual life. So like it's not like overt, but like it's like it's there. But it's like a normal, like how you would say it in your day-to-day life. Right. It's not like he's like overtly talking about having sex. It's just like it's like alluding like, oh, Spencer fucks.
We knew though.
We knew. Yeah. But like it also, like, it's interesting. I think the most interesting thing to me is that they made Freddie a stepfather.
I remember when I saw the cast picture and I was like, who is this child? And they were like, oh, Spencer's, or not Spencer, Freddie's like stepdaughter. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my, that's so interesting.
I can't wait till we meet the ex-wife. I haven't shown her yet.
I think it's a good...
She's going to be fucking hot. I can tell.
Oh, they're definitely going to do some kind of thing like that. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be a celebrity. Because remember when Gibby's girlfriend was that one model?
Point. Oh my God, yeah. But she wasn't even like
Was she not famous yet?
No.
Oh.
Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh, I think Freddie's is going to be like a guest star because Jeanette McCurdy's mom or Sam's mom was Jane Lynch.
Yeah.
So when they don't show characters, I'm like, it's going to be a celebrity.
Yeah, it's true.
Which would
also,
be fun. That's
the last
exciting.
episode I watched, Neville came back, but I think it was just a one episode thing. I kind of hated what they did with his character. I felt like it was a really...
Neville.
But also, like, they're all dating. Like, Freddie's dating. But also, I think they started doing this thing in the plot where Freddie and Carly are going to be together, and I honestly don't. I don't like that.
I don't stand that, but they're definitely going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no other direction this is going.
I think, because, like, don't think enough shows show platonic male-female friendships. And especially, like, a lifelong one like that.
And I hate when TV shows, like, they just have the main cast date each other. I'm like, how many... I don't know what kind of group friends are like this, but I don't know any people that, like, date in their friend groups. Do you?
People in high school? That's it?
Oh, but that's... I mean, like, maybe I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to date my friends. But they don't want to date me either. It's like, I don't know. It's just, like, whenever I see, like Glee, they all dated each other.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just all gonna intermix like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
although our school band was also like that.
Like, okay, so the beginning of the reboot is like the catalyst of like her. Also, they haven't shown her really do iCarly, like the show. They haven't really shown much of that. So like I think that's weird. But the catalyst of the show, the reason why she came back and like started the show again is because her and her boyfriend broke up, and they show her ex-boyfriend, and also he's like so stupid. Like I was like, Carly, what?
Carly was also always kind of like no thoughts at empty though.
It's true, and I do like the addition of the character Harper, which is like her new best friend, and I like how she's bisexual and like she talks a lot about that because I think that's cool.
Do you feel like the absence of Sam's character is felt, or you're like it's fine? They
definitely mention her every now and then. It's like an acceptable amount because they're still best friends,
right? Okay.
The way
they didn't like write her off.
No. What they say in the show is that Sam went off with a biker gang and she's like on a trip with them.
Okay.
Which I feel like is very,
I think,
parallel to what she would do.
Yeah, I like that.
And then like even in the reunion they talk about, and I like how they're not like reunion? They like had a reunion with
like a Zoom one.
No, they had it in person.
But it's like themselves, like Miranda Collins.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like just the characters, and they talk about Sam.
Okay.
So I like how they're not like just pretending like she doesn't exist, because I think she's still friends with Miranda. So it's just like obviously like Jeanette in real life has like trauma associated with the show. So I think that's nice that they're respecting her boundaries and like, but also still being like Sam is still a character in this world. You know?
And if at any point she wants to, they could just be like,
yeah, exactly.
Second, you know,
exactly.
Get that paycheck, get that Paramount Plus paycheck.
I like it. Also, people were like, I don't like the comedy, but the biggest thing about that I like about it is the comedy, because I think there's not a lot of sitcoms for people our age that are funny. I feel like everything we watch is so dramatic.
And also like the comedy shows for are also more for adults are more like I don't know. I feel like they always try to be very graphic. Like the jokes are like super over the top. Like
like borderline. Yeah, borderline like not okay.
Yeah, and so I like that there's. I mean, haven't seen it yet, but it's like more of the pure comedy and with a little bit of adult themes mixed in.
Yeah, it's not like overtly
that's
adult.
Perfect. That's what I wanted from the Lizzie McGuire reboot.
Yes, exactly. I think it's a really good idea of what I think probably Hilary Duff wanted to do with Lizzie McGuire. I hope
Disney sees if iCarly does well. I hope Disney sees this and they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. We'll do it, Lizzie.
Also, one of the executive producers and one of like the main directors of the show is Mr. Mosby from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Did you know that?
Oh my god, king of producing.
It's on, and you can kind of tell. He's really good at comedy.
He is.
People are just haters.
His comedic timing.
Yeah, I think it's really good to have like a sitcom like how we had when we were kids, but just like they're talking about more adult things.
And
like why are people hating on that? Isn't that what we wanted? I don't know. People are so weird. I really like that show.
People hate on everything, like truly everything we're going to talk about that we like, someone hated.
Yeah, not everything has to be so dramatic and like over sexual and you know, like people have regular lives outside of their sex
and
lives.
I saw that people were like, oh, I saw people were like, iCarly's trying too hard with its adult themes. But I'm like, what did you want? Did you want this to stay a kid's show? Did you want them to talk about spaghetti?
And comedy is so hard to write.
Yeah.
You try it. You write an episode.
Go write one. Anyway, iCarly we stand. Oh my, Miranda Cosgrove, do you want to come on the podcast?
Oh my god, I would love to have Miranda Cosgrove.
I love her. She's so funny.
I think she's so good, and like
she looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Not crazy.
I also don't like how they style Freddie's hair. They're doing him not justice. It makes me so sad.
I feel like he's balding, and I feel like that's why I don't want to I'm not trying to rule out the possibility of the cast of iCarly coming on our Hollywood, but like I feel like that's why they styled this.
Maybe with the Paramount Plus check, he'll be able to get like hair plugs or something.
Okay. Anyway, next I wrote. Okay, I'm gonna go in a very quick. This is Daniel's horror corner, so I'm gonna quickly talk about a bunch of horror stuff that came out.
There's so much. I didn't even realize.
There's so much, and I know everyone's I know a bunch of people hated all of these, but like I'm just gonna talk about them really quickly. So first we had Spiral. It's like the reboot for the Saw franchise, starring Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock and oh my god, what Nick Fury? Oh my god, Samuel L. Jackson. He plays his dad. And I was so fun, interesting, right?
Yeah.
No other characters from any of the other Saw movies. It's like a reboot. I
didn't even know this existed.
They didn't market it at all very well. It was like very low at the box office. I don't get it. It got really good scores on Rotten Tomatoes. It got like.
What's the premise? It's a spinoff or like.
So the premise is there's a Jigsaw copycat, right? And so like, but this one's targeting just cops. And so, like, it's just like a.
They were trying to do like social justice,
but
commentary.
it's like a yes, and it's also like a detective movie,
interesting,
as opposed to like the more like brutal torture porn that some of the later Saw movies are. I guess it brings it back to like the first Saw movie that was more of like a mystery movie.
Oh, okay.
With like the violent elements thrown in. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fun, and I thought I like the new Jigsaw. I really like the new Jigsaw. Do you watch The Handmaid's Tale? Oh, spoiler alert, by the way.
Is that Elizabeth Olsen?
No. Also, Elizabeth Olsen is not in The Handmaid's
Tale. Not Elizabeth Olsen. I did that in another episode too.
Yeah. It's wait, do you watch The Handmaid's Tale?
No.
Okay, then never mind. Well, it's the guy from The Handmaid's Tale.
The main guy, the main white guy.
He's not white.
Is he not white?
He's like Mac. Well, he might be. He just has thick eyebrows, so I just didn't think he was white. No, I don't think he's white.
Okay.
But also the mom, Veronica's mom from Riverdale is in this movie.
Oh.
Very weird. Whatever. It's basically a lot of it takes place in the like cop precinct. It's in New York. I just think there are so many ways you could go with a Saw reboot, and this just didn't feel like the best way to go. But it got great. I think they're getting another one, and they're also doing a Saw TV show.
You know, another Samuel L. Jackson movie that got a sequel that I was confused about, The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh, The Wife's of... But I like the name. I never saw it, so I have no idea what it's like. But
I worked at the movie theater and I would like stand in the back while I was doing theater checks and like watch parts of the movie. And I thought it was interesting that it got a sequel. But I feel like it's so easy for action movies to get sequels.
Yeah. They just had to
Fast
action
and
it
the
up.
Furious.
Did you see that they literally went to outer space? I
In
thought
this
it was a
new
meme.
one?
I literally thought it was a meme, but they literally go to outer space. They turn a car into like a spaceship, and I'm not kidding.
In the new one?
Yeah.
Oh. No, I didn't know that.
I think I'm glad they're like, we're just gonna
no,
do what we want to do.
Honestly, I like it at this point.
Yeah. I think if more things became self-aware, they would be much better off.
Yeah.
So just putting that out there for any, if the shoe fits, guys. Next we have The Conjuring 3. It's from not the same director or writer as the other two Conjuring movies, and you can tell. I'd say this reads as fan fiction, honestly.
Really?
And I saw a lot of people. It genuinely.
Why do studios let that happen?
I honestly think James Wan was like, guys, I don't want to do this anymore.
James Bond is his name.
James Wan.
Oh.
Also, he's so little. I saw him at Comic-Con once, and I was like, oh my god. But also,
little.
I'm huge, so that's I don't know. But you can tell it was the guy who made La Llorona, and I've said my thoughts
Isn't
about
that
the
like
movie.
a one-off of?
No, but now they're pretending it didn't happen.
Oh.
It's not even on there's like an HBO Max, like the Conjuring universe, and I don't think they even put it on there, even though they have the movie.
Oh.
Annabelle is literally in that movie, and they're like, no, it's not part of the universe.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I don't know. But I saw a lot of people saying that the Conjuring movies are like Christian propaganda, and I was like, no, but then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, it is. It's fully Christian. It's like someone said it's the horror version of God's Not Dead, and it is, and I'm okay with it. I don't care. The Conjuring movies are fun. The couple is honestly the only reason.
I feel like general audiences won't get that.
Yeah, no, but like you can. It's like in this one, it was especially evident. They were just fully like, God will save us. There was what movie was it where God saved them in the end, and I was like, oh God, I don't know how I feel about that, but it's fine. I think Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, they're literally so good. I would watch them in 1,000 Conjuring movies that could be about anything. They could be fighting a killer teddy bear, and a killer teddy bear, and I'd be like, okay, sure.
That's kind of a cool idea.
I was kidding. But they probably will at some point. Because one of them had like a ghost werewolf. One of the Annabelle movies.
Okay.
Then we have The Quiet Place Part 2. We've been waiting for this movie for like 6 years, I think. And it was there. And
it wasn't good?
I liked it.
Okay.
But it was just,
I didn't hear much about it.
It was just like you can tell.
Those movies are made to be watched in movie theaters.
Yes.
So.
The first one definitely like got the whole thing was like, oh, you have to be quiet, and like the second one was like, oh, you still have to be quiet, which is like fine. But you could it felt like they were just, it was like the middle part of a story, if that makes sense. Like it felt like they were just trying to set up the third one. That's what the whole movie felt like.
There's gonna be a third one?
Maybe. I know they announced a spin-off, but I don't know if they're gonna do with these same characters.
Spin-off?
Yeah.
What the heck? I did not know anything.
And then we have The Forever Purge. I just watched it a couple of days ago. Supposedly, allegedly, it's the last Purge movie. The Purge
allegedly. Like literally emphasis on allegedly.
It's not gonna be. Well, okay. Here's the thing about the Purge movies. They're not subtle. Let me just tell you that.
No.
Not subtle. That is not their strong suit. Like, there's literally a line in the movie where they're like, one of the Purgers is like, speak English, because the characters are all like Latinx. And then the guy's like, does this translate? And I was like, okay, that's so cheesy, but like, we know what I knew. You know what you're getting from a Purge movie, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
it's
I'm
not
fine
like the
with
peak
it.
of cinema.
No, and it's fine. Like, I do like that the later Purge movies have been like, they're
reflections of like what we're actually.
They're like social
through.
commentary. Yes, they're super like in your face and not subtle at all. Like the Purgers have like Nazi symbols on their face at some points, and like, but they're still really fun action movies. I will keep watching them if they make more. And like, I do like what I was trying to say is that like I like that they're starring like the majority of this cast was like Hispanic, and like the like one of the major parts of it is like, you know, in Jurassic. I'm going to spoil the movie, guys. You know, in Jurassic Park, the newest one, basically it's like the dinosaurs are everywhere now.
Yeah.
So basically what happened in the
I
end.
don't think that's a spoiler. I think that was
No,
in the
I'm going to spoil The Purge.
Oh, okay.
So basically what happened was like they announced that The Purge was over, right, in one of the other sequels, and people were protesting. And so now the United States is just in riots. And so other countries were letting people in. So people had to like go into Mexico and into Canada. They had to cross the border into there, and so they were like illegal immigrants in Mexico and in Canada. And so basically the United States is just like burnt to the ground. Like it's just chaos now. There's like no law. They like, it's like chaos. Like they zoom out and they show the United States on fire. I was like, okay, I guess.
Oh,
they literally just went for it. They're just like, well, it's the last one, so the United States burned itself down, which fine, whatever. Like the Purge movies are just interesting. I think it's a fun premise. That's all I have to say. I'll watch another one. And then the last one I want to talk about is Fear Street. It's a Netflix 3-part movie thing event.
Yeah. It's
based on R.L. Stein's books, which I used to love. And I thought they were gonna be like Goosebumps movies.
Yeah.
And then like the first like the opening scene is like Uma Thurman's daughter. What's her name? The girl from Stranger Things.
No idea.
Forgot her name.
Maya
Hawke. It's like her getting like brutally murdered, like bloody, and I was like, oh my god, this is not a Goosebumps movie. And it's just like, I think it's interesting that they're doing like 3 parts that are set in different eras, and it's coming out week by week.
Oh, is that
yeah?
happening?
So like the first one came out and it was like 1998, I think. It's a slasher movie.
I think it's 80.
No, it's definitely the 90s. It's the 90s, and then the next one is 78. And it's set in like a camp, but it still has to do with the story. And then the last one is in the 1600s, and it's like colonial times.
Oh, so they said like expedited American Horror Story.
Yes. Yeah. basically. And it's starring like all of Netflix's greatest little stars.
Noah Centineo?
No. Not him. He's too busy doing the romance ones. But it has like the girl from Stranger Things, a couple of people from Stranger Things, some other people. But I don't know. The first one came out. It was fun, I guess. I'll keep watching. I mean, I'm only excited for the colonial one because I love colonial horror. I think like folk horror, I think is so fun. So I'm like, we'll see how this one goes.
The way our lists are so opposite of each other.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna talk about.
I tried to speed through the horror.
High School Musical, the series. I love the show. I love the show. I really do. This last episode, girl, I was in tears. I was in tears over this motherfucking Disney show.
Okay.
Judgment. It's a good show. I think it's really good. I also really like the characters. I just really love ensemble cast, to be honest.
Oh, we stand ensemble. Everyone knows this. We stand ensemble cast on this podcast. Like, I love it.
Yeah, so I really like this. They also introduced like the other high school, the rival high school. I really also like that type of trope.
I saw this thing on TikTok that people were like, they're just like, they sang one High School Musical 2 song.
Yeah, well, the musical they're doing is not High School Musical 2.
Why?
It's like this whole plot point in the beginning, like 2 episodes. So Miss Jen used to date the rival high school's director, which is Julian Huff's brother.
Derek Huff?
Yes.
He's in the show?
Yes. And I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me irritated.
He keeps getting that ABC Disney paycheck wherever he can.
Yeah, good for him. It doesn't make me like him anymore. Okay. Anyways, so they used to date when they were in high school, I guess, and so she didn't know that he was like the director.
That's a little Glee moment. I like that.
Yeah, the show is definitely based around like a lot of plot points. It's like Glee, but not as like spicy. Yeah. It's G-rated Glee, I would say, mixed with The Office is what I would say. High School Musical, the series is. Okay. Anyways, so. So the rival high school is like better, they have bigger budgets, whatever. They've won a lot of awards. Okay. That's like, it's like literally Glee. It's literally Glee. What's it called? Something intensity. Adrenaline. Vocal adrenaline.
Yeah. I knew what you were talking about. I could see the guy in my
Jesse St. James. Yeah. It's literally vocal adrenaline.
Okay, fine.
And so then Miss Jen is like, we want to like apply for this thing called the Mankey Awards, which is like the high school theater awards, and she thinks that they would have a better chance if they did like a Alan Menken musical. So
instead of High School Musical 2.
Yes, because they wouldn't win with High School Musical 2 because theater, we love it, but is a little bit elitist.
So are they gonna go back to High School Musical 2, or I
don't think so. I think what they're gonna do is do different Disney musicals because they can, because it's Disney, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I don't think at this point we're paying attention to like the musical is kind of B plot now. In the first season, the musical and like getting the musical up was like plot line A, but now I think that plot line in the second season is B, and then the plot line A is like all the relationships, and like that kind of stuff, which I don't hate. A lot of people on TikTok were hating on that. Like that the relationships were like were like the core of the episode. I get the critiques of it, but also it's a kids show, guys.
Right. Yeah.
Like, but this last episode had me in fucking shambles because the two main characters, Nene and Ricky, broke up, and their breakup scene.
Are they writing them off the show? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like one of them's getting written off. Is she not moving away?
I think after. No, she already did, and she came back. She moved away, and she came back.
Oh, a little Gabriella moment.
What I think is it's not going to go past season 3. Season 3 is going to be the last season.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones. So if they try to make it longer, they shouldn't. I think it genuinely needs to end season 3.
This is where I see it going. I see Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett's characters getting written off, and I see it then like season 4 being like a reboot with new cast members. Yeah. And then they'll do High School Musical 2. Or something like that. High School Musical 3.
I think that's what they were. Well, okay, maybe they're trying to like rewrite their wrongs in the movies, because originally I heard a rumor on TikTok that the High School Musical movies were supposed to be like what the show is, to be honest. Like, they're doing a different musical every
they
season.
set up a new cast of characters in the third movie.
Yep. And so I think that's what they're going to try to do with the TV show, but it'd be risky because I don't think any show's successfully really done that, like a kids TV show. Because they tried to do it with this. I didn't know this until I was watching like a video about it.
Like a reboot? Is that what you're saying?
No. So they were saying that High School Musical, the series, might be turning into like, oh no, wasn't that? It wasn't that.
Oh wait, like a revolving cast?
Yeah, like a revolving cast.
Some shows do it very well, and some shows do it,
but not a kids show.
Terribly. Well,
like okay, so the one that it was like talking about was like Bunked, because I guess that was a spinoff of Jessie, and they tried to keep it going with like revolving cast, and like nobody from Jessie was on the show anymore. They need to at least keep like one main character, but I think maybe High School Musical the series could do it because they have the teachers as like the same core. I guess
that's interesting
because they're making the teachers like their relationship plotlines are like at the forefront as well too. I don't know why I'm thinking so hard about this TV show.
No, I think that would actually be really good. And if they kept one of the like kids on as like an intern or something, and they're like, oh, they want to go into teaching.
Well, like they could do the Sharpay treatment. I think what they should have done with Sharpay. I mean, I get they needed to give Ashley Tisdale the spinoff movie, but I think it would have made sense if
on like to keep her in the next movie. That's why they did her that way.
Yeah. Exactly. Like she was supposed to become the drama teacher. I think Carlos could be that. You don't know who that is. No. But for the people that watch the show. Is it the
ginger?
No. Oh. It's he's Mexican.
Oh, the one with the glasses?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dancer guy.
Okay.
I think he could be the Sharpay type of thing.
He seems like the character that everyone likes on TikTok.
We love him.
So then
like he's unproblematic. Well, he's not unproblematic, but like
on the show or in person?
On the show. It's just because in this last episode he's the rich one and his boyfriend is the poor farm boy, and then he's like the rich
we love that
kid.
I love that show.
I love it. It's so cute. But he said something a little out of pocket to his boyfriend the last episode. It was because the boyfriend is Chip in Beauty and the Beast, and then he's Lumiere, and he's like he said something. Oh, the boyfriend was like, oh, of course we can't rehearse on the day that I have to rehearse my big number. And the boyfriend was like, does Chip even have a big number? It was like that.
I literally thought you were going to say he called him like poor.
Oh, no. I mean, it's kind of like, they're not going to do that on a Disney Channel show.
I don't know what I was expecting.
But they do it like kind of like low-key. A little bit. They did it a little bit. Because he gives him a lot of gifts because he's rich and he can give him a lot of gifts. It's just like, it's funny things. It's like written off his jokes because they're like not main characters.
Right.
They're like the side characters. But I guess he like got him a cashmere sweater. And then it's so funny. It's so funny how they do it because they do like office like side interviews, right? And so they talk about how he gave him a gift, and then it goes to like the side interview, and the farm boy kid is like, yeah, I'm allergic to cashmere. It's like there's a rash, and it was like, it's funny. I love it so much.
You have to be there.
Yeah, you have to be there. It doesn't make sense if you don't watch the show. I really like the show.
No, I understand the punchline. I don't know the show, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But what I'm trying to say is like season 3 is like with the main cast that we know now they're gonna be done after season 3. Especially Miss Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah,
she needs to move on to bigger and better things.
I also think Joshua Bassett's gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like he'd be like, well, actually, never mind. I don't want to comment on. This is a TV show. Well, it's because like I have nothing else to say.
Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't talk about that on my little catch up.
Talk about it right now while we're on the Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh,
it's like themed right now.
I was a background on her sour prom.
That's so fun.
And you can actually see me.
Can you tell the story of how you cried?
How I got it?
Cried.
Oh, how I cried. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I was standing there, right? And I was kind of like on the edge where like the camp was. So the camp is like everybody that's directing and producing and stuff like that. Everyone, all the crew. I was like kind of near them. And so every time they would cut, she would have like walk near me, like be right next to me because she had to talk to the directors and like the producers about like what needs to be fixed or what they're waiting on or whatever the hell. And so I kept on like looking at her, obviously, because like what else what
else are you gonna do? You can't have your phone.
Yeah,
might as well stare at the talent.
Exactly. And so I was like, I should say something to her. Like I should, right? Like this is my moment. This is probably gonna be like the closest as I get to her. Yeah. Me being 20, almost 23 years old.
It's fine.
Anyways, it wasn't like in a creepy way. I just really genuinely fuck with her music, and I actually think she's like super talented. And this experience made me just more of a fan because of like she's actually nice and like actually super talented, and deserves all of her success. But by the time I mustered out the courage, I was literally like about to say something to her, and she said to me that I was pretty, and I literally started crying like immediately after.
Were you like? Did you go with someone?
I didn't know my friend submitted for the casting, but then I was talking to our mutual friend, and she was like, I think Kayana also got casted. And so I messaged her. I was like, did you get casted for this? Oh. But we didn't know it was Olivia Rodrigo at the time that we got casted. I mean, we were theorizing, but we didn't know who it was for. And then we were just like, oh, we should just go together, like carpool. So I was going to go by myself, but then it happened to be that my friend also got casted for it.
That's fun.
It also made me feel really good getting casted because everybody was super hot. So I was like, oh, well, I'm so happy to be included with the hot people because that means I'm hot. I mean, like, I already know that, but it's just nice to be reaffirmed.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
By Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, and then Olivia Rodrigo called me pretty to my face, like really. And I didn't even mean to cry. I just started like welling up.
Oh, I don't know. Thought you broke down.
No. I just like my tears started like coming up, and I was like, ew, why am I crying? So
that counts.
It wasn't like I was like blubbering. It was just like water was.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
No, I feel like that's so weird if I'm like literally almost 23 years old and an 18-year-old.
But it's not that. It's not the age. It's the fact that she's like a superstar.
You want to know the reason why I think I started crying?
Yeah.
Is because I think there's just it just is like full circle. Because like I made like those videos about like prom and like not prom, about like her music video and her songs and stuff. Like I made TikToks about it. I've worked with like the label on like other types of TikToks. So like they sent me like Sour Patch Kids, and then like I randomly got casted for her prom thing. Like it didn't even know it was her thing. Like the casting just said like high profile pop star. And assuming from like the Instagram that I saw, I thought it was gonna be a rapper, so I was like, okay. I literally thought it was gonna be
you in like a rap video.
No, I thought it was gonna be Tyler the Creator.
Oh,
that's what I thought it was gonna be, because I was like, oh, he's like releasing music soon, so it's fine. And then I kind of just through the things that I kept seeing, I was like, I think it's Olivia Rodrigo, and I was right. So I think it was like that. I don't know, like. I don't know why I feel like so close to this girl. Like it's like a younger sister type of thing. Like I just feels like not protective of her, but I'm just like I want to see her succeed so bad. And like especially after seeing like her on like set and stuff, like she just genuinely seems like a good person. So now I'm like I just want to see this bitch succeed because she actually deserves it, and she's so fucking talented.
Yeah, she is. And
everyone
else like, oh, it's auto. It is not.
No, so let me tell you something. She had, because it was live, all the singing was live, but then for safety they had to like make us all be quiet and like her record the audio just alone. She is so talented. Traitor, everybody, like there was so many of us that are crying. It was so good. And like at the end, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but it's not bad things. It's all positive. Like at the end of her singing Traitor, it was like dead silent, and then the crew was like, one of the crew guys was like, wow, and we all like literally give her a standing ovation. It was so cool. Fun. And then after I was like, we were one of the first people to hear that shit live.
Why would you not be allowed to say that? Oh my god, not my battery being low. It's okay, guys. If the rest of this podcast has no video, it's fine. It's a podcast.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Wait, what would you say to me? What did you say?
Wait, you said you were the first people to hear it live. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was responding to that.
Oh, okay. It was that was weird to like think about.
That's fun though.
It was basically like a free private concert.
Yeah,
to
basically.
be honest, so it was really cool.
How fun. But that's on YouTube, guys. So you can go watch that.
Yeah.
Sour Prom.
You can see me in the behind the scenes too.
Yeah. Olivia, if you're listening, we love you.
I literally love you so much.
Yeah. Send your merch though. I've been waiting. It's been months.
Yeah.
Hurry
I'm
up.
surprised like the fans haven't gone on like a tirade on Twitter yet.
I've got my Billie Eilish merch already, and her album isn't even out yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Next we have season 2 of Special.
I'm gonna do Special and Shrill at like the same time,
okay,
because they give me the same energy.
Okay.
Special, I didn't know that it got a second season, so I logged on to Netflix for a different reason. I don't know why. I think it just periodically like check all of the subscription services just to like see what's going on. And then I saw that it said new episodes of special, and I was like, oh, because these are two of my favorite shows I think that have been recently released ever, and both of them are done. So I'm really upset. I'm really upset about special because I think
this was the final season, but it's season 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they cancel it or it ended?
It got canceled. It makes me so sad because the reason why I'm so upset about it is because the main character has cerebral palsy.
Oh my god, wait, I've seen that show. I saw the first season. It's
so good.
Yeah,
you should watch
the
second season. It's really, really good. Especially because the whole first season was him kind of like coming to terms with his disability and like living out like a regular quote unquote life.
Yeah.
And like kind of accepting his disability in like a different type of way. Yeah. And like he's very codependent with his mother, and like the first season was kind of like him. It's like kind of a coming of age story.
I saw the trailer for it, and then they were giving her a little coming of age. Like it's like her coming to terms with him leaving. I was like, I love that.
That's why I love season 2 because we don't see enough like because coming of age happens in different phases of your life.
I completely agree.
So it was cool to see his mom coming of age in a way, and also him coming of age in a way. He's like kind of getting into like his first like real relationship type of thing. Like that's like a big part of the story arc. Oh my god.
Because I've seen a lot of TikToks where people are like, when you graduated.
He's such a good writer. He writes
the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
He's a writer on a couple other shows too.
Man, what a king.
His name's Ryan. But I'm really sad about this show ending because I think it's just so good. Like it was such a good like real story. I feel like and also like cerebral palsy. I feel like a lot of people don't know too much about that. So yeah,
that's sad.
It made me really sad. Hold on, let me look at what else, because there was something else that he writes on that I was like,
for Netflix.
What? I don't know. Hold on.
Well, how should I fill the air?
I don't know.
Should I sing?
Ugh, I can't remember.
Okay.
I also don't want to read through this fucking.
Yeah, she's on Wikipedia. And there's a whole block of text.
It's like a lot. He's done a lot. He's a very successful like
writer,
comedic writer.
Fun.
Super successful.
Comedy is so hard to write. Oh, we already said that.
Yeah, and also like I think he just got picked up for a new show, or he's working on a new show. So like,
he's
good for him.
Busy. Okay, good.
But I wish this got like at least 1 or 2 more seasons. Like it makes me so sad. And then I just think more people should watch it. That's why I feel like I'm always
is not enough for anything.
No, 3 seasons I feel like is bare minimum.
And 4 is like that's where you're like, okay, fine.
It's like make it or break
got what
it.
You wanted, yeah.
Yeah. So I think just more people need to watch that show, like in general.
I agree.
I just love it so much. Another show that I think was canceled too early, which I think they could have. I think season 4 should have been the end. Okay. I think it just needed one more season, in my opinion. Shrill, which is A.D. Bryant's show from SNL. I also really love these shows are very much like millennial type of shows, yeah. But since we're like on the cusp, I feel like we can still kind of relate to it.
Yeah, we're like in that little spot where we can watch High School Musical, the musical, the series, and like millennial TV shows. We're
yeah,
like right there, and we can relate to both.
Which like I feel great about.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
to be honest,
fun.
I'm having a lot of fun. But I just love this show as a fat woman. It makes me very happy to be seen, and like it's not, because I feel like sometimes it's like too much. Like this isn't like in a reality of like a fat person, but like this show does a really good reality, especially this last season. Season 3 is like the last season. I also don't like how it ended. That's why I'm like,
how did it end?
It was kind of just like mediocre. Yeah, no, it was just kind of like, oh, that was, we didn't even get a happy ending. It was just like mediocre. Okay, so basically like the whole entirety of season 3, okay, season 1 was like her kind of like accepting her fatness and like being cool with that. Season 2 was kind of like that, and also like her first relationship with like a scrub, and also like kind of like her work. It was like I would say her work is probably like the main storyline of season 2. And then season 3 was her like actually dating, because in the end of season 2 she broke up with her scrub ass boyfriend. Thank the Lord that she broke up with him. Like he was so bad. And like I like how she ended it. It was just kind of like, I feel like I'm holding myself back like dating you, and I don't know, you have to watch the show to like Anyways, so season 3, she starts dating more, and the first half of the season, because it's only 8 episodes also. It's so only 8 episodes, and they're only like 30-minute episodes. So, like maybe like 35-minute episodes. So it's like...
Hold on, really quick. Did you know Dollface already started shooting for the next season?
Oh, thank God. No, because it's like, that's what gets recommended right after Shrill, because they're very similar shows.
Yeah, they are. They're same vibes.
And I was like, are they getting a season 2?
Yeah, they just started filming.
I'm
so excited.
I'm so ready for that show. I love that show so much. I was so afraid that it was gonna get canceled.
Guys, go watch Dollface, because if they get canceled after this season, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Everything I like gets canceled.
So basically, like, there's like one love interest in the first half, and then he's like a skinny man. He's also really hot. He kind of looks like the dad from Inside Out. And then the second half is like kind of another love interest, and I like how they touch on like two fat people in a relationship.
Okay,
they kind of go more into depth of that, and I live for that, because I think there is a real fear, or like everybody has internalized fat phobia,
right?
Point blank, period. Like everybody does, because that's just like how society is right now.
Yeah.
And she went on a date with the guy that ends up being the main love interest in the second half. She goes on a date with him in the second episode.
Okay.
But she gets set up with him from her best friend from work, Amadi. Also a great platonic friendship. Okay. Love their friendship. But he's like, oh, you should go on a date with my friend Will. I think you guys would be perfect together. That's what he says. And that's it. That's all he tells her about it. And then she shows up to the date, and she immediately kind of writes it off, because she's like, oh my God, he only set us up because we're both fat.
Right.
So that's why we're perfect for each other. Which I know people maybe that have never been fat, they are like, what the fuck? Why would she think that? No.
Especially with the way he said it. That's
yes. Exactly. Even though that's like her best. Yeah. And it wasn't what he meant.
Right.
But like, sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of times people do lump just two fat people together. Like, oh, you're both fat. You have that in common. Great. Yeah. Perfect for each other. So like,
it's like same vibe as people were like, well, I know a gay person. Do you?
Yes.
like anything like that. They're like, well, you have one thing that makes you like a minority in common. Let's put you together. Like, who? What do you guys think?
And that's how TV shows write characters too.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, I mean, now it's a little bit better, because now there's more diversity in like everything. They're starting to be. But before, like, literally, there's like, oh, there's one gay character, there's another. They're definitely gonna date. That's just how it is. So she kind of ruins that, because she ends up like texting him on accident. It was like one of those things where she's like, I'm on the worst date of my life. Do you want to hang out with later? And she sends it to him. Oh my God. And I literally was like, oh God. I was like, I hate that. No. So that kind of like, she ends up focusing on the guy that she ended up, like the love interest in the first half of the season. And then I also just don't like how that ended, the first love interest. I get it, but I feel like it just ended too quickly. Like there was,
you expected more from it.
Yeah, but also like, I've been through that experience. Like, so like he's like a conventionally attractive guy, and he is like flirting a lot with her. Like literally, dude, she has like a loose thread on her skirt. You know what he does? Do you want to know what he does?
Scared.
He bends down to the end of her skirt and bites it off.
That's a lot.
Right? Like that is some like sexy shit.
I would have started laughing.
Yeah. I was like slightly uncomfortable, but also I was like, oh, he's so fine. Like I kind of want this to happen, type of thing. It was like, that's kind of like, and like they would always he would be texting her all the time, and like they would go to breakfast and dinner all the time. So like you would think, if any
of Kim's future love interests are listening, she wants you to bite the
no, actually don't do that. I think I'm gonna kick you in the face like on accident. Like anyways. So like it was just that kind of thing. But that's been my experiences, and I just was like, oh. Like when it didn't work out, I was like, yeah, honestly, that makes sense, because that's how it's been for me. Like a lot of the times, like I'll be talking to the guy, and like we'll be hanging out literally almost every day, and blah blah blah. And then once it gets to like that, you know, you have to have that talk. It's the most awkward time ever, or like, you know what I mean. And then it ends up being like, oh no, like you're a great person, but like. I'm just not into you like that. And then you're like,
so then, what was that?
Yeah, then why do we talk till like 4 a.m. every day? Yeah. Why do, like, what? Yeah. This is not how you treat. And then the guy's always like, that's just how I talk to everybody. And that's exactly what that guy said in the show. And I was like, trauma to the forefront of my mind. So I think if I, as a young person, can already relate to this, it made me a little sad because I'm like, in the show, she's like kind of like in her late 20s. I'm like, is this how it's going to be for a while? I don't want it to. I don't know. I just love the show so much with my heart. And how it ends is like, it's her and her best friend are kind of like the forefront finally of the show. And they both are in like,
shows are focused on a friendship instead of a relationship.
Love. And I think that's why I'm okay with how it ended, because it ended with them. So basically they both get into like kind of serious relationships, and they both in the last episode do things to fuck up their good relationships. And so at the end, how it ends is like they are together alone and sad.
Wait, that's kind of cute.
It's kind of cute, and like, but like, that's why I wish it had another season so we could like end it being sad. But if the show's not coming back ever, I want the characters to be happy. Do you know what I mean?
But I feel like, okay, I haven't seen the show, so I'm going off of only what you said. But I feel like okay, I'm gonna have to watch it now because I want to see how that ends.
You should. Goes. Everybody should watch a show.
Yeah, but I think,
especially if you have fat friends, it like please on behalf of your fat friends, watch this fucking show, like dead ass.
I think I like that ending because it's saying like, even though like the relationship didn't work out, you still have your friends, and that's I think that's a cute message. And it's like in your head, you know that these characters are going to go on to other relationships.
I get that. I 100% agree. I think it's just a selfish thing because I see myself in these characters.
Right.
And so, especially as a show that's like one of the first that like the fat girl is the main character and actually has like great development. As the first show that I've seen to do that, I want the person to have happy ending.
But it's like they will. Like, and you have to know in your head that the characters go on.
But I still like the ending, but like I just wish it was happy.
That sounds like a great. That literally convinced me to watch it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to know the endings of shows to want to watch them.
Like also like I love shows that don't end in a happy ending. I think it's just because I put myself so much into that person, and obviously for yourself you want happiness. Yeah. So it just made me sad that like I put so much of myself into this character, and then they're just kind of like, eh. But I think it's a good life lesson also. It's just a selfish thing. It's still a great show, and it's one of my favorite shows in this world.
Fun.
So yeah.
That's so interesting. I honestly that convinced me to watch it.
It's so good. Zola.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So.
Oh really? I liked it. I think it was really good because we always talk about on this podcast about how if it's a story, like a real life story about a minority. Or literally, so like, like a gay person, a black person, a Hispanic person, an Asian person, etc. The people that should be backing it should be people from the same community, especially if like their minorityness is like kind of hand in hand with the character.
Okay. And
especially with like sex workers or like people that like haven't been like on the forefront ever really, especially like so basically what I'm saying is like Zola is a Twitter thread. It was a Twitter thread from
2015.
2015.
It was a while ago.
And Zola is like her nickname, so she like tweeted out this whole story, and then it ended up getting adapted into a movie written by Jeremy O. Harris and then directed by, oh my gosh, I forget her last name.
Which, by the way, I love like adaptation stories, and to have something adapted from a Twitter thread is one of the most interesting things I've ever. And A24 released like a book version. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's so cool.
Janice. Oh my god, I don't know how to say her name. I don't want to say it wrong.
Let me see.
It's just the CZA.
Wait, where are you pointing? Oh. Janissa Bravo. Right? I think it's Janissa.
Janissa, yeah.
Oh, wait, it's right there.
That doesn't make sense.
Is that her last name? You know how Wikipedia has
I think it's Janissa because I remember hearing it out loud in like an interview, and I was like, oh, it's really simple. But I just, Janissa Bravo. directed it, and I think that was really important that it was like a black director and black writer interpreting a black person's story, because it definitely could have gone south, especially like when the counterpart of the story is a white person. I feel like a lot of times sometimes when you're like, you kind of like do it kind of inherently, like you back up the people that look like you, you know what I mean? And when in reality, in this Twitter thread, like the white girl in the story was like out of fucking pocket. Yeah. So I think if it was like, I think it was a white writer, they would have sympathized more with the white stripper.
I see that happening.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's why. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was something else. I was gonna say, it's because I remember this other story about another movie that was like I think it was this one. A white person originally wrote the screenplay, and then someone read it and was like, absolutely not. Like,
I think so.
Was it Zola?
I think so.
It might have been Zola, and then they like had someone like a black person rewrite it.
Yeah, Jeremy O. Harris.
Yeah, and they were like, well,
Jeremy O. Harris is gonna fucking be ruling Hollywood in the next couple of years. I'm telling you. He's so talented, and he's really good at comedy, and his social media presence is really funny. His Twitter's really funny.
But I did want to bring up something.
But they do also, in the middle of the movie, they kind of, because the story, it's told by Zola, right? And then the middle story, I think for like legal reasons, maybe they put like the white girl's point of view in the middle movie, and it's kind of funny. It's just kind of like a jab, maybe as a response to like the white person.
I mean, as an adaptation, that's interesting.
Oh no, it's because the girl who, oh my god, I don't even know what the white stripper's name is. Yeah, her in real life, she came out with like a rebuttal.
Oh, I didn't know
they
that.
like put that as like a,
that's funny,
this bitch was like stupid kind of thing, which it was funny in the movie.
Okay, well, what I was gonna say is that, okay, so Devin, we've had him on our podcast before, but he posted this on like Instagram, like in a story, and I wanted to bring it up. It's about Zola. He hasn't answered me if I can read it yet, but I'm just gonna do it, and if he says no, I'll cut it out. But he posted, one random thing about Zola that annoyed me is, why was there a police brutality scene? The story doesn't even call for that.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that. It was like so random too. They were just
not in the thread. I don't remember that ever happening.
No, it was not in the thread. And it was like, it was just so random, because it literally had nothing to do with the storyline.
Really? Yeah, he said, why does every black movie or TV show need a police brutality scene? Like, why? I'm so tired of that being put into entertainment. And like,
it was random because they were just driving. It had nothing to do. It was so weird.
That's, yeah, I mean,
I think I shut that on my memory because I was like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah, it was a black person that wrote it, so it's not like we're not here to tell black people how to, tell their own stories. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting to bring up because Devin is black, like the one who posted that. So I just thought it was interesting.
I want to see if Jeremy O. Harris was asked about that, or like they had to.
We'll ask him. Jeremy O. Harris, do you want to come on the podcast?
He's so intimidating. I don't even think I could interview him.
I don't think so either.
No.
You know who?
Like, not intimidating in a bad way, but I think he's like so intelligent, like that I don't think I could carry a conversation. You know how like sometimes you like this person is way too smart for me to like speak to.
That they're like talking and like and we're like, welcome to our house. No, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Just kidding, Jeremy. Oh, I mean, still, if you want to come, we'll put on our big boy boots if you want to. But Devin said, we could talk about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I haven't seen it yet, so maybe I'll watch it and then we'll talk about it next week again. And
anyways, we'll talk more about it.
We have more, right?
No, that's it. Oh, we have entertainment announcements, but like I think this is.
We'll go through this quickly. We already talked about Last Night in Soho. Gossip Girl reboot starts tomorrow. So like I'm definitely gonna be talking about it, and like I'm also releasing a YouTube video about how I would style the old cast if the old cast was like in. It was like the reboot, I guess. Okay, fine.
So I put a lot of effort into that, so that's why I'm plugging it, and yeah. We talked about it before, but like I know there's gonna be problems with it, but I'm still gonna like it. Like I just know I'm gonna like it.
I'm going into this with absolutely I haven't seen Gossip Girl original Gossip Girl. I have absolutely no thoughts about this, so I'm gonna watch it with.
Do you know if it's like week by week?
It is week by week.
Oh fuck.
That's what HBO Max said. I don't know if.
If it says
it's
on
a mystery,
HBO Max,
right?
Yeah.
So I think it would be.
Yeah.
Wait, is that not the point of the show? Trying to find out who Gossip Girl is?
No.
Oh.
That's not the whole point of the show.
Oh my god, I thought that was the whole show. Like, but doesn't Gossip Girl like write bad things about them on a blog or something and like mess up their lives? Oh.
But they don't really like
care.
Like it definitely affects like their day-to-day life, but it's not like people, it's not like the main point is like who is Gossip Girl. Like it's definitely like whispered throughout the show, but nobody is like in Riverdale like active, like no one's Nancy Drewing that shit really. So
that's kind of disappointing, but we'll see. Well, I just didn't know anything about the show. And then they wrapped the filming of The Sex Lives of College Girls. I have no idea what that is.
I just am really excited about this. I've been on this like tracking it since like it got announced. I know people don't like Mindy Kaling that much, but I really like Mindy Kaling.
What'd she do?
I don't remember, but remember Alina was like saying like Mindy Kaling's representation isn't like.
Oh, I didn't. Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, which like it's valid as fuck, but also like people aren't perfect all the time,
right?
But also like she's doing stuff to like
fix that,
I guess, maybe.
Okay.
But basically this is like her new comedy series on HBO Max. Like she's leading it. Okay. And it's called The Sex Lives of College Girls, and I'm just That's excited about it. And I think I'm really excited about it because Renee Rapp, who plays Regina George on Mean Girls on Broadway right now, got cast in it, and I literally am obsessed with her, and I can't wait.
Who else is in it?
For me people to know her. Timothy Chalamet's sister.
Oh.
I didn't know. And it's not really like the other people are kind of like more low key.
Is Darren Criss in it? Someone I know or Skylar Austin. One of those singing boys is on it.
I don't know.
I saw him posting about it, but okay. Anyway, and then the last thing is Megan Thee Stallion got casted in She-Hulk as herself. So bizarre. Because I thought the tone of I literally thought
it's a rumor, but
no. That's true. Yeah, it's not confirmed, but it's I believe it. Because the tone of this show, what I thought it was gonna be like True Detective. That's the vibe I was getting, and then they were like, "Oh, Megan Thee Stallion's gonna play herself," which now makes me think it's gonna be a little bit more like the show Dave on FX, where like Doja Cat's on it, and like that's I feel like the vibe it's going for instead of.
I feel like the She-Hulk it might be more aimed at Gen Z.
Same, and a little bit more comedic. I thought it was gonna be like a serious show, but I don't think so. It's
giving me like Thor: Love and Thunder vibes.
Yeah, because now that like
even though that hasn't come out, but like Ragnarok, but I know it's like the same vibe. Taika with TT vibes.
Okay, yeah. And then Harry Styles, The Eternals. Honestly, I don't believe this.
I don't either. But I think if I was gonna mention Megan Thee Stallion, I needed to mention the Harry Styles.
So yeah, there's rumors that Harry Styles is in the Eternals movie.
That he's playing Thanos' brother. So, who knows? I'm just interested to see if it's true or not. But and like honestly, because Harry Styles fans are like die hard. Yeah. So it'll get a lot of Harry Styles fans in the theater like the day of.
But Marvel doesn't need that. I think
it helps. Anything helps.
But. They want to be top of the box office either way.
I know, but they want to break records. Fuck Avatar. Didn't Avatar get the number
Avatar, like they're fighting with themselves. They're literally like racing themselves.
I forgot they own Avatar.
Yeah, they're literally just racing with themselves. I remember when they posted like the thing where like Endgame like beat Avatar, and they posted a little thing on Instagram. I'm like, you guys just tapped yourselves on the back. But like, okay, congrats for you. You own both of them.
Well, it just incentivized. Maybe I'm talking for myself. I'm gonna watch the Eternals the day of because I don't want it to be spoiled.
Oh, I watch all of them. Black Widow. I will be there Thursday night. I watch all of them the day of because I don't like spoilers. It ruins my life because like Pretty Little Liars, I got spoiled everything for that, and that's why I'm like.
Oh, you're like traumatized.
I'm literally traumatized. So now everything that could be potentially spoiler inducing, I'm like, I will be there the day it comes out. Okay. All the Marvel shows, I stay up till midnight to watch them.
Yeah, I can't relate. A lot of people do
Neither
that.
Can my mom because she falls asleep every single time.
Yeah. Oh my god, new era of me. I've been going to sleep like 10:30 p.m. The hell? That's a new era.
That is a new era. Anyway, guys, that's everything for today. Our guests start next week, and we'll be back to Zoom audio. Sorry, but I'll figure it out at some point, or we just never will, and we'll just start doing in-person guests. One or the other will happen.
Yeah.
Whichever happens first, that's which I'll get. But yeah, that's everything for today. Next week we're doing queer themes and horror. So fun. Can't wait.
Honestly, yeah, so fun. Yeah. I didn't realize how much articles there were about it.
Horror is so gay.
Okay.
We'll see.
Tune in next week.
Okay, bye guys.